you now? Why are you having flag parades in the Holy Land? You can't say we're the Judean tribe and they're the Ephraim tribe. They're supposed to be together in the land, not separate or lost. Prophecies. Y'all supposed to bind them. If you're them, you should bind them. They should already be in the land already. That's what God said. They should already be in the land. All 12 should be in the land now. You only claim 3. Where are the other 9 or 10? You do Dan. Was the son of God, the son of Adam. He was black also, and had 3 black kids. Read that. Okay, read on.
Israeli, citizen of the state of Israel.
So the term, hold on. When the term was coined. Read the year. We're going to read when the word Israeli came into existence. Read it again.
Citizen of the state of Israel.
The term Israeli is a citizen of the state of Israel. Watch what year was it made? This word was made.
1948.
It's a very new word. So it was coined in 48. Watch this.
From Israel plus Hebrew national designation, suffix I.
Watch this.
Also used in English as the adjective. 1948.
That's when it was used. Watch this.
It distinguishes.
Hold on. The word Israeli does what now?
It distinguishes.
Means there's the difference. It distinguishes who?
The citizens of the modern state of from the ancient people who had been known in English since the 14th century as Israelites.
So, the term Israeli gives you you are the citizens of the land, but you're not descendants of the man.
Years I was persecuted. Nobody told me
you are citizens of the land, not descendants of the man. You are citizens of the land, not descendants of the man. That's what it says here. You're not. No, you're not. That's all Israeli means. That's all Israeli means. Let's read it again.
Judea.
Listen. No. Well, you are from Judea, yes. But you will be Jacob's brother Esau. They're from Judea also. Read it again.
Israeli. And now, citizen of the state of Israel.
So, an Israeli is a citizen of the modern state of Israel, which is cut up and divided, because we all know full well historically, Africa and Israel is one landmass. If you cut it and chopped it up, it's all one large landmass. You added that BS Suez Canal to divide it up. Read on. I can. If I go on the map, I'm going to embarrass you. Don't do that. Read that.
1948 from Israel.
Okay, get the map of Africa. Get the map up here. You'll embarrass yourself. Okay, no, it's Africa. That's good. That's all I want. You have Africa right here, right? What's part of Africa here? What's this?
Okay, this is the Middle East.
There's no such thing. Listen to me. There's no such thing as Middle East. You have no Middle West, no Middle South, no Middle North. You have a Near East and a Far East.
Have you ever been there?
Near East,
have you ever been there?
We've been there, yes.
In Israel?
We've been there, yes. We've been there, yes.
Oh, good for you. It's so real Jew.
Africa is right here. Africa is connected. It's connected. The Israel walked to Egypt. How did they walk there? They're not connected. What are you talking about?
Bring it up.
So right here, you see right here, they walked here. Now,
remember there was a sea that they crossed. You remember that?
Even if you don't cross the sea and go over the mountains, you still get there. You give me a map real quick. I'll show you. You can still walk there regardless.
I know the geography of my country.
No, you know the geography of the land that you inhabit. Right. Not your country. It's my country.
That's
you
right.
live there. You're subletting right now.
That's right.
You never lived there.
Matthew. Oh yeah, I have. Matthew 2:13. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appears to Joseph in a dream, saying,
told Joseph, a Jew, and his wife Mary to do what?
Arise and take the young child and his mother
and do what?
And flee into Egypt.
Flee to Egypt. Flee to Egypt because it's neighboring.
Sir, you know
the lands are right there. They're neighboring lands.
I know to read it in the original language.
Israel is part of Africa.
They
don't want you to understand that. They know that they agree that Israel is part of Africa, then the inhabitants were dark like the Africans. That's why they'll say, no, it's separate, it's divided. That's like saying Mexico and America aren't the same landmass. It's the same landmass.
Right.
You got Cape Verde over here. You got Cape Verde over here. It's part of Africa. Right here. Cape Verde, the Canary Islands, That's part of Africa.
It's like you're going
Same
to
landmass.
Native Americans and say, no, you're not from America. That's exactly what you said to me. Because I'm indigenous.
Now, give me Ezekiel 36. Yes, I have the mic. This is my platform. I know the privilege makes you feel you guys can get the mic instead, but you're not going to get it. Read that, please. 5. Read that, please.
Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
Just done what now?
Which have appointed my land into their possession.
Which appointed God's land into their possession. Who did this? Edom. Edom did this. That's who did it. The Edomites are the ones who inhabited God's land. They did it as Herod when you had a man named Maccabees.
Edomite inhabited that.
Maccabees. Yes, they did. The Maccabees, John Icanus converted many of them over to Judaism. We had a man named Antipater. Antipater fathered the Herodian dynasty. The Herodians became the kings of Judea, or Jewish rulers over Judea. Roman consulates. He was a half. He was full Edom. Full Edom. Full. Agrippa, the first, the second, Berenice. You don't hate him because he's your ancestor. Oh, that's your ancestor. That's your ancestor.
Right.
No, it's not.
So now, give me Luke 2:1 to show what he was. He's saying what you're saying. Luke 2:1.
Luke is the Christian Bible, right?
The Jews were Christians.
Yeah.
Read that. And then later on, in the Renaissance period, y'all came along as conquistadors, or Sephardics at the time, and murdered us out of the land and sold us into slavery. You have something called the Spanish Inquisition, where Negro Jews and Moors were forced out of Spain and Portugal in 1400s. And they passed a law. They passed a law called Pope. No, they were sold in the slave trade. That led to the slave trade. Were you sold in the slave trade, your people? Sold in the Atlantic slave trade? No, you were not. So you must stay silent now.
The Moors practiced slavery more than any other nation in the world.
The Moors, the Arab Moors or the Moors?
Yeah, the Arabs.
Well, we're not Arabs, so I don't care what they did. They were involved. Y'all all were involved in selling us and slaves, taking the land over. So they're fighting over it now. You have 2 thieves fighting over stolen property. See that? Give me Joel 3. What you got? Get Joel 3. Give me Joel 3 now. So I'm gonna show you who took the land over. You have something called you had the Ottoman Turks, which are Arabs and Caucasians, Arabs and whites mixed together, took the land over, and then the British came along and fought them and then took it under the Berlin, what's it called? The Balfour Declaration, 1917. And then that's how y'all plotted to take the land at that time. And then by the time the British took it over for no reason, took the land from them for no reason, they handed it over to y'all for no reason. Read that, please. Under the British Mandate and League of Nations. Read that.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
He's going to gather all nations to battle in the valley of decision, going into World War III, Armageddon, which is imminent, inevitable. And it's all going to start, hopefully, in your land. Hopefully, we'll pop it off. The way this thing's going, let's put it together. You have, remember, Israel, listen, I'm going to show you how bad it's going to get to you. Israel is allied with America, right? Your military comes from there. Your technology comes from there. Yeah, it does. The Palestinians call America Great Shaitan and call you guys Little Shaitan.
Right.
Can't deny that. So, being that America and Israel are allied, here's the problem with that. America killed Soleimani of Iran, a leader, right? A leader, right? Then Russia, Iran, and China are making league together right now. or lead together. They're working together. And China is underhandedly selling Iran weapons because they want America gone and all her allies too. So at this very moment, you have the Israelis bombing Muslims to hell. Then America, and along with Israel, bombed and killed the Iranian prime minister, their second over Iran, a Muslim, and you also killed their nuclear physicist, also a Muslim. So you got Israel and America popping off, starting off wars with Muslims, and you have the Iranians and the Saudi Arabians, all are Muslims. And they all are enemies of America and you, because you guys are allied together. That's their problem. So listen, America runs all that stuff. But at the end of the day, right, for now, but under Islam, they're going to join together. They're going to join forces. Read that, please.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So war's going to start off in the Middle East, Near East. Go ahead.
And will plead with them there for my people.
And he's going to plead with the nations that gather there for Armageddon, for his people, God's people. Go ahead.
And for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Whom they have scattered among the nations. Go ahead.
And parted my land.
And what did they do?
Parted my land.
The land is parted today. Is it not parted today?
Right.
Between Israelis and Palestinians? Yes, it is. They have parted his land. Read on. The enemies of God who he'll plead with have parted his land wrongfully. Read on.
And they have cast lots for my people.
And these same ones who parted his land cast lots for his people. I mean, they sold us as slaves. Sold us as slaves. The Israelis were heavily involved in the slave trade. They insured the ships. And a lot of them who owned slaves, they changed their names. For tax reasons, they changed their names. They gave themselves British names, French names, but they were all so-calls Israelis. And if you to be descendants of David, y'all are very, very emotional. You got ADL, defamation. I'm not defaming you. I'm speaking truth here. It's facts. But y'all, David was a warrior, a fighter. But for some reason, words seem to offend y'all very easily. Very emotional.
Bring it out.
That's not a descendant of David to me. David's descendants were warriors and fierce. They didn't care about words.
Right.
But you guys are hate. You're anti-Semites. Blah blah blah. I am a Semite.
Right.
But you're a Hamite because you're dark. You have mad dark Semites and Hamites together.
Bring it out.
You know, the Moors are Semitic. They lived in Africa. The Phoenicians were Semitic. Hannibal Barca was Semitic.
Right.
He was dark. He wasn't a Hamite, like you said earlier, falsely about me being a Hamite, because I'm dark. You had dark Semites and dark Hamites. You spoke of such idiocy out here. You need to be quiet. Read on.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Those are Africans. Those are ancient Hamites that you were referring to earlier. Ancient Hamites. Go ahead.
And all the coasts of Palestine?
That's the Arabs. The Arabs. Go ahead.
Will you render me a recompense?
Because God didn't choose either nation as the chosen people. So as a recompense, they decided to get back at God by attacking his people and selling them into slavery. Read on.
And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah.
The children also of Judah, real Judites, go ahead.
And the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
The Grecians is the Europeans. When the hell did white folks sell the white folks into slavery and put them on slave ships? And part their land? When? What point in time was that? Give me Jeremiah 14:2, please. Jeremiah 14:2.
Learn Hebrew, you might read it better.
You mean Yiddish. I don't care about Eliezer Ben Yah. I don't care about Eliezer Ben Yehuda's language. And that's a mutt language, like English is a mutt language. Why learn two mutt languages? Yiddish and English. For what? Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth. Go ahead.
And the gates thereof languish.
The leadership is failing us. Go ahead. The gates. Go ahead.
They are black unto the ground.
What are the Jews?
They are black unto the ground.
What color are the Jews?
Black unto the ground.
The Jews are black unto the
the ground.
They are black like you, brother. Like him, like him, like me, like him. Black unto the ground. Like the original man was made from where? Where the original man come from? The original man was made from what?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
The ground?
The ground. Different shades of brown. So the Jews, like Adam, like Noah, like Seth, like all the prophets, including Solomon and David, were black. Now, you mentioned earlier that David was red, right? Let's see. Let's see how he's depicted. See, y'all can't mess around with us, man. He will thoroughly embarrass you. This right here, check it out. Come. Look how he's drawn. That's King David right there. Okay? That's just, put the pins together. Put the phone for him. That's King David right there. With woolly hair and a crown in his head, and a Bible. What color is he here? Black. What color is he? Black. Thank you. David's black according to the Bible. It's from Song of Solomon 105, Song of Solomon 105, his son now. You see what his son said about himself. Our forefathers drew our forefathers black like them.
That's right.
That's why David's black in that image, because he drew that image. He ruled Europe.
Right.
Before the Khazars or the impostors came along and stole our land and falsely inhabited and called themselves Israelites today.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.